In lesson 14, we're going to start with double verticals again. We've worked stepwise motion, but often in the literature you will see jumping motion. So we've done jumping motion before on the lower manual. Now we're going to incorporate that using the upper manual. With this jumping motion, we're going to start at a sixth in exercise 14.1. When you start with the sixth, you want to hold your grip fairly strong so that the interval does not contract or get larger. Make sure when you hear me say to have a strong grip, I don't want you getting a lot of force in your grip. It's just strong so that the interval doesn't get smaller or larger. As you incorporate the upper manual with the jumping motion, you're going to need to prep the next note. When you are angled in, and if your next jump is angled out, that's going to be a fairly quick motion between quarter notes. We're going to stay in the key of F major for this exercise, so the only note you're going to be playing on the upper manual is a B flat. However, as you will see, that's going to incorporate quite a bit of motion. Those measures that include the B flat are going to need some practice. When you start with the angle here and quickly move to the angle out, you'll want to make sure you do that slowly a few times so you understand that quick weight shift from your left foot over to your right foot. I really want to emphasize with this particular exercise that you practice this with the left hand, particularly because we see this technique needed a lot in the literature. Just as much as your right hand harmonizes a melody, so does your left hand, which means sixths are seen a lot. 14.2 is going to explore these exact same concepts, but this time we're only using the interval of a third. You will find that the interval of a third actually requires more motion because of the smaller interval. When you have a sixth, you're able to move around a little bit easier. But when you condense that interval, all of a sudden the elbow needs to play a much bigger role. You will find that your tempo is going to be dictated by those couple of measures that are fairly awkward. Because you have to move so quickly, you're going to need to take this much slower at first and then build up how fast you can do that body movement. Some of the measures will be very easy at a slow tempo. Make sure that you use the harder measures as those key points to find your tempo.